Moving to our game, 7:30 p.m. on NBC College Countdown, as always, at 7 o'clock on NBC. Michigan State, number 1 Ohio State in the college football playoff ranking. Again, we're recording this on Tuesday morning, so if anything changes in the ranking, we are unaware of it, but we will break those down if it does happen next week. This is, again, Harlan Barnett, first win for Michigan State. Really happy for him. Caden Hauser gets his first win as a starter. He didn't necessarily put up crazy numbers, but he did a good job of maintaining the game and in keeping the ball out of harm's way last week against Nebraska. Ohio State is Ohio State. We've talked about their defense winning them games. We've talked about Kyle McCord over the course of the season getting better at the quarterback spot. We talked about what a healthy Travion Henderson means for them. But let's hit on Marvin Harrison Jr. again. And you mentioned the numbers, just 4 catches last week, didn't have crazy yardage, but he did have the 2 touchdowns in his 4 catches. I think he was right in that kind of top 5 for the Heisman heading into last week. And I'm not sure that he's completely fallen off altogether. But if he does want a legitimate Heisman candidacy, which, again, we've talked to him and he's like, look, I don't care necessarily about winning it, but he would love to be at New York. He'd love to be honored in that way. And he knows that he has to rely on so many other people to make sure that his numbers are where they need to be. But I just do believe that, again, if we're honoring the best player in college football, he has to be at least in the conversation. That's all I ask.
Well, he's definitely one of the best players in college football, whether his numbers say it or not on a week-to-week basis. I mean, look, it's difficult for a wide receiver to win the Heisman Trophy. Now, Devontae Smith won it for Alabama a couple years ago. That was during the COVID year. Not everybody was playing. Not everybody was playing full seasons, and that offense was unstoppable and went on to win a national championship. But, he still is a great player. The thing about it is, he doesn't return kicks or do anything, extra that sets him apart other than the fact that he's a phenomenal wide receiver. So I think he definitely is in the conversation. I think he should definitely be in New York, but a wide receiver is always going to be a bit of a dark horse to have a chance to win it, because what used to be totally a running back award has now kind of morphed into a quarterback award. And so it's difficult for a wide receiver, but he's still a great player. Here's the thing about Ohio State is we still have not really seen them fully together and healthy, right? I mean, Emeka Egbuka has not looked 100%. I mean, he came back last week, but he seemed like he was limited. Last week, Cade Stover didn't play. He was limited. Denzel Burke played the week before, didn't play last week. Travion Henderson missed 3 games, has been back for 2. So, I don't think it's going to matter this week, but I think, again, as they get ready to play Michigan at the end of the year, they need all of their guys. They need all those guys to go to Ann Arbor and have a chance to win and turn around that 2-game losing streak to the Wolverines. So when they have all their guys, they're pretty awesome. Now, Kyle McCord, the last 2 weeks, I don't think he's played great. He didn't play great the game we had him against Wisconsin, and he didn't play great against Rutgers. And that's part of why Marvin Harrison only had 4 catches for 25 yards. But again, Rutgers is a top 10 defense. Their corners are really good. And when you don't have Egbuka out there at 100%, you don't have Cade Stover out there, you can pay a lot of attention to Marvin Harrison Jr. and kind of take him out of some normal things. That's why those other guys being healthy is so important. That's why Travion Henderson has made such a huge impact the last 2 weeks.
I did love seeing Marvin Sr. in the crowd at Rutgers, arms folded, complete blank stare, just exactly, I would say, analyzing everything his son did from like the top, and nobody was near him. He's like, nope, I'm going to sit alone. Do not come near me. And I think it was well understood over there in Piscataway